Sedgwick County commissioners say they would support a third-party analysis of response to a deadly fire back in October. It comes as the back and forth continues between the county and the Wichita Firefighters Union. This is in response to the October fire that killed a 22-year-old woman. The union says failures at dispatch led to her death. Fact Finder investigator Haley Tucker shows you new responses today. Haley?
Rachel, leaders of the Wichita Fire Union are responding to a press conference held by the 911 dispatch director. They claim Wichita fire investigators wouldn't have even had access to the 911 call made by 22-year-old Paoli Badesky since it was left off of a records request. A private investigator noticed that her call was missing from those records of the incident and sent it to the union. The union is pushing back on Emergency Communications Director Laura Forsey's claim that dispatchers could not hear Badesky's apartment number while she was on that 911 phone call, nor could they assume that she was trapped in her apartment. They say she repeated her information clearly and also said, quote, "Help me please," before her line went quiet. The union says trained dispatchers should be able to listen for context clues and gather that something was wrong with Badesky. This all stems from an apartment fire in October near Central and Rock. The union says firefighters on scene weren't told that Badesky was trapped inside of her apartment while it was on fire. Badesky was killed, 3 people were hospitalized, and 4 firefighters were hurt. And new into our newsroom within the last 30 minutes, the Sedgwick County Commission is now responding. They say their focus right now is hearing from the 911 Advisory Board, which will review this incident next week and provide their own recommendations. Also, again, the commission says it does support an independent third-party analysis to go over the entire incident from the first 911 call to when the last fire crew left. Rachel?